We have the Neo transforming overlay set up. That chat kind of helped me set up yesterday. Helped, in quotes. But yeah. Kappa. I know. Seed is up. Hopefully transition from purple to red isn't horrible. Those two colors are like somewhat close, so it should look nice, but I haven't previewed this particular duo transition, but like none of the transitions look bad because they happen so slowly. There might be like in the middle where it looks like all gray, but like that's fine. Titanium overlay is gray. Anywho, racing is about to commence. Both racers are ready to do some cadence zoom-in. Good luck, have fun to both racers. Don't die. Try to find an axe. Tier 2 cracked wall immediately. Amelin is running away. Finds a spare bomb though, so we'll be able to use that to safely get rid of this bloodshot, but it's like not really worth it. Just go for the throw. And it's probably gonna be fine. I don't think you can join call right now. My audio isn't set up for that. I need to get that set up, sorry. I mean, you can just hop in the booth, but you'll probably be like way too quiet. Should probably just juggle around. It probably shouldn't be hard to get set up, but I don't know. Sit back and enjoy the race. I'll just say that. My mic setup is kind of on a precarious cliff right now, and I'm afraid to touch things. But yeah. Both races picking up gold flail. We got the leprechaun for a melon. Choose the luck charm. What is this thinking weapon? I don't think anyone knows what it is right now. It's not a cat. It's not a cat. And Ocre goes down because it's not a cat. What is this weapon? Hopefully it goes well with piercing. It's also not a warhammer. It's not a broadsword. It's a bow or a cutlass? It's probably a cutlass. It's probably an X. No. Looking like cutlass. Three pulse tomes are in the purple chest, and we'll just leave that behind. And coupon pickup. It is an obsidian cutlass. Yep. Oh. Some shop steal in here for Ocre. Pretty good. Oh man, that's a titanium rapier. Ocre shrugging off the ham, taking the holy water instead. The offensive option. Not enough heart containers to really utilize the ham. Melon finding a glass jaw. Luckily doesn't jump into it. Probably don't want that at the moment. But yeah, Ocre's starting to put together a very strong build. Titanium Rapier is one of the best weapons you can pick up in CoNDOR mod. Melon, meanwhile, checking purple once more for a Fireball Scroll, which will not be taken. Oh yeah, Melon's in the lead at the moment, but Ocre hasn't really turned on push mode, and push mode Ocre is absolutely terrifying, especially with a build like this that is already very good. So Ocre is doing a bit more farming to make it go even better. Confident that she can overtake when the time comes. Lunging into Rotismal, skipping out on the boss chests, doesn't really need to check black. The best thing in black would probably be like heavy plate, and purple, we already know, is a Fireball Scroll. Red check could be worthwhile, but probably not worth the time, as opposed to just jumping down the stairs. More damage up for Ocre. That's a teleport. Where did we go? Next to this red chest, not near the exit. And using that as a shop teleport for Ocre. Ocre is teleporting around like nobody's business here. Teleportation is probably the fastest way to get around in Necrodancer. The problem is, it might not be in the direction you want. Alternatively, a line of bounce traps that all face in the same direction. Ocre's really going crazy on these teleports, but that was a good one to get out of that cluster of enemies. This is like just 3 shove monsters. Shove monster swarm. Melon having a bit of trouble with King Konga here. Won't get the flawless. And Ocre has pretty much caught up. Which will be helped along with an Earth Zuma as well. Ocre tap in darkness. Does not need to rely on the ring to get this Titanium Rapier up to good damage. Even the Titanium Rapier alone is pretty good damage, but even better with the +1. I think Ocre taking a hit before exiting there from that enemy. The bomb didn't quite blow up in time. And Pawnbroker gonna sell a ring? 30 coins. Oh, this food, but this bomb goblin really wants to blow it up for Ocre. A melon going down? That seems like goo, maybe? It happened very, very suddenly. Yeah, rushing deep into the exit room with Cutlass, though, so you can continue parrying enemies unless you get Trunk. And that's when things get bad. So yeah, Ocre now has pretty comfortable ride to the finish, has the Squigga suit for safety, has a more than sufficient weapon. We'll just exit without checking the chest, though. Definitely could be improved. Has a decent number of hearts, too, now. After eating that magic cheese. Finding a bit more. And why not add an Azar charm in there, too? I like how all the charms are, like, spread out. Because Ochre hasn't really filled in any other item slots besides armor. So you can actually see all of the charms. All 6 of them. As Ochre moves on to Dead Ringer, it is a left side spawn. What's up with this? Earthing off the skeleton, that's pretty cool. Creating a death tunnel, but not standing in the death tunnel. A death tunnel is only a death tunnel if you stand inside of it. Otherwise, it's just a tunnel. He's in the tunnel! Oh, that's so iconic. Anywho, phase 2 of the Necrodancer going very smoothly so far for Ochre. Getting them lures in. Long as an Ogre doesn't come along and ruin the day, this seems to be fine. It's a pretty good fireball to clear out the enemies, and here we go. GG's! Ochre taking the first point. Yeah. That death, relying a bit too heavily on Cutlass or a melon. Yeah, for slow play, the end is... Ochre doesn't really slow play, unless an item is needed. If a build is good enough, Ochre will often just go. But yeah, Cutlass can only do so much. You won't be able to parry if you're shrunk, you won't be able to parry bombs. But against Ochre, diving into the exit room with that little fear is probably the right call. Otherwise, Ochre will just zoom on by you. You can't parry bombs is your favorite death. Really? There's so many better deaths, though. Kappa. Both races ready to go. Good luck, have fun, as we dive into second point of the set. Immediately there's a blood drum. That's always a good thing to get your hands on. Tunnel deaths. They don't happen that often, but when they do happen... Oh boy. Okay, just ring of regen for a bomb. Some Eli strats from Ochre here. Bomb in the monkey. And Ochre using a blood drum to dig out of the shop here. But, and a melon going down. Early death. Still recoverable. Definitely not fun, though. As Ochre goes down to half a heart. Not in the best situations, but obviously it does have the Ring of Regen. Just needs to make it to the next floor in order to get one heart back. But, oh, double Fear and Balance coming in, but thankfully the walls will be nice. That could have been really bad without those walls. With the double Fear and Balance coming in, along with the Minotaur, along with more enemies, if you try to run away. Luckily, all the enemies were funneled into one hallway, one choke point. And this is Coral Rift. No bombs and no throwables for Ochre. It's often to lunge in to Coral Rift and finish off with a Blood Drum hit. What's up? Skella Rapier strat? It's not really a strat, it's kind of just send the skeleton up to help you clear some water. But yeah, even more good Blood Drum use here from Ocre. No damage from the weapon, or little damage from the weapon. You do get the 2 damage lunges, but that's it. So using the Blood Drum and then just healing it with the Ring. Taking a pretty big hit there, but Squigasuit shoving off a lot of it. Nago, really? Oh, right. Yeah, so he can actually hit it because it's a rapier. It's not a broadsword. Meanwhile, a Melon getting the flawless on Coral Riff. And switching from regen to peace. Interesting choice. Regen probably goes better with what you got right now, as we can see on Ocre's end. As you can just tap the drum, but Melon's actually giving up peace. Swapping off of regen and also swapping off of peace in order to get darkness shrine activated. Interesting play. And this trap room sucks. Melon can't tell which way those bounce traps are pointing. It's a pretty high chance that one of those bounce traps just goes into the spikes. But yeah, Ocre definitely with a better build at the moment, and is keen on building it even more. Because Squigasuit good. And also having Ring of Regen. And Ocre is definitely someone who is able to take advantage of that with Blood Drum. Melon swapping off from base rapier to titanium broadsword. Ocre did not make that choice. And we'll stick with base rapier. And never mind, just conjure up obsidian rapier instead. Melon swapping off to jewel dagger. Some discontentment with weapons here, except Ocre has landed on the obsidian rapier with a bit of damage up as well, so it doesn't get too dangerous without any multiplier. Yeah, that was a 3-3 conjure, wasn't it? Yeah, you ought to get something pretty good from weapons. Weapon, not transmog, conjure. Yeah. Yeah, Ocre's starting to kind of run away with it. We have, no, it was transmog. Wait, no, what? No, this is Conjure. We have Shadow Conjure for a Melon. A Melon can't accidentally swap up with these boots. Where's that ring? That's Ring of War. Ring of Might? Am I mistaken? Might? 2 hits on the heavy glass right away. So switching to... Ooh, what happened to Ocre? Eh? I was watching... Oh no. That was a preventable death. Just go a bit slower. So that sucks to see. So a Melon with half a heart. Not looking too hot. It's always a bit spooky. Be on half a heart. Keep the glass. Yeah. It is becoming. Oh no! Get the leather now, I guess. I am spooked. Grab the dry baby. Yeah. Transmog is already passed, so it probably isn't the choice, but Melon hops into the spider and goes down. We have a full reset. Well, Ocre's definitely had an advantage, not just in lead, but yeah, it's nerves. When you're in the middle of an upset, and that upset is because your opponent died pretty late, that's shake territory. That's when you just start vibrating. There was Pixies when Ocre died. I'm pretty sure Pixies are only on 4-3, so Ocre made it to 4-3. And I don't think a Melon made it that far. I think that's just 4-2. It doesn't matter, though, in terms of points, because flag plants are not a thing here. We play until someone finishes. Doesn't matter if it's hours long, someone will win. I mean, if it's hours long, there might be a break in the middle of it. But yeah, flag plants are not relevant here. We're here forever. If no one finishes, we're gonna be here forever. So yeah, free heavy plate here for Ocre on this run back. Pretty hot. Pretty hot. Freddy is running away. Hopefully not do some spikes. Good. Seems good. Freddy seems to be alive for the coming floors. Ocre managing to be handed this one zone lead. So it's looking pretty good. Ocre's definitely someone can still win from behind, and Ocre being ahead, being comfortable enough to farm, having enough space, elbow space to farm up is a very dangerous Ocre to go against. Nonetheless, we've seen dying happen. That does not mean dying will stop happening again. This is Necrodancer. But still, Ocre-san is very strong. It shouldn't happen, but it can. Yeah, this is some pretty textbook like blood drum use with this Ring of Regen. Don't know what Ring Ocre is going for here. That was a bit odd. You already got Ring of Regen. Yeah, I have no clue what Ring... War? Yeah. That's probably it. Still a bit odd, though. Also, Ocre's still rolling with his base rapier, so it very much probably is war. Okay, somewhat careful heart transplanting. Always good to see heart transplant that just doesn't end in spontaneous combustion. That was a good blast helm there from Ocre. Rip mystery weapon. Could have been a rapier, sadly. Yeah, Ocre's now rolling with the base rapier still. Oh, bit scary. Oh no, oh no. Okay, it's fine. Pixie Kiss in the middle of all that. Oh, that was so well handled from Ocre. Melon doing a pretty good job at keeping pace after dying. After Ocre did. But Ocre is on Zone 5. And is about to approach the final bosses. This is a Zone 5 Swarm. Old Faithful's here for Ocre. Probably should take that. There we go. Good old titanium longsword. Melon going down once again. Looks like a full surround situation. Nowhere to go. A melon's pretty good. I think a melon belongs in gold, from what I've seen of them. Yeah. Oof. And we have lures! Let's go! Champ. On to the Necrodancer. With the blood drum and bombs. We'll get the early hit. Ocre handling this fine. 2 hits left on the Necrodancer, missing that lure. And there you go. GG's after a double death. Ocre still manages to take it. That got real spooky on a melon side after Ocre's death, and very much was nervous play, because that's a very nerve-wracking situation to be in. So, yeah. Something you just gotta be confident in, I think. It's hard, but you just gotta play your game. And just pretend everything is fine. Anywho, Ocre going 2-0 over Melon so far. His seed has a 777 to end it off, so it might be lucky, but it usually doesn't mean anything. So, GG's on that. Good luck, have fun for the next race. After all of our 666 seeds today. They weren't bad seeds, they were actually pretty good seeds. But we are off. Let's see what's up Battle shovel for both racers. Always good to have shovel upgrade early on. Especially one that sometimes gives you infinite damage, because that allows you to crack open some crates and barrels pretty much for free. Ooh, backup from Ocre there. Got a bit scary with the ghost coming in from the bottom and the dragon coming from the top, but well handled. To just hop away. That is a Ring of Might for both races here. Oh, and regen. Okay. Oh, Ocre's going for the tap. I don't hate that. I like blood weapons. But it's not Ring of Regen. It's a 2 damage blood weapon though. I think Ring of Regen is just better than gambling it on that, because you might just get a bad weapon too. It's an okay weapon, luckily. Blarp. I think Monster would like me to call it a blarp. So I will call it a blarp. I mean, I don't have to. It's just the name grew on me. Yeah. Ocre's choice definitely worked out, but it easily could have not have. Which is... So... It's a calculated risk, I'm sure. You don't often see that. Unless, like, the person doesn't have bombs or something, because, like, there's regen inside the shrine if you bomb it. And that's hard to pass up. Ocre getting teleported into the shop. Has to walk back. That'll cost quite a bit of time. We have Uprat for Ocre as well. Just gonna toss 2 stars into the king. And overtake a melon with that. Finding War. War Harp is a bit weird because you knock enemies away. But if you knock enemies away, you can just run by them. And there goes the Blood Harp. Ocre's risking it. Or a good dagger. Speaking of good daggers, Amelin has the good dagger. So yeah. Ocre has to be on phasing. At least there is Ring of War to bring it up to the damage, the 3 damage threshold that you want to be at. All sprites here. I didn't see what Ocre hit. That was a bit concerning. Like, oh no, it's not moving. Dagger phasing's great. It's just that there are better daggers. And better weapons in general. It's probably one of the best items you can holster, though. Probably Cauldron, yeah. Good things to holster are like glass weapons if you don't have 3 damage. Because you can just pull that glass weapon out, strike the crate to make it open. Was that kill for Ocre? I think Ocre's a little bit angry that she got heavy plate. I don't know. Ocre's mad, yeah. That doesn't justify murder. Oh, ring of gold. I see. That makes sense. But here's ring of pain anyways. Just phasing dagger the explosive statue away. And a melon goes down in zone 4 once again. Everything seemed fine, and then what happened? 2 Blade Masters. 3 Blade Masters. 5 Blade Masters. 5 Blade Masters happened. Five Blade Masters all approaching from different directions. How unpleasant. No one's pushing too hard into exit rooms. When you're racing against Ocre, or just someone who just, you know, is better than you by a pretty significant margin, you have to push. Or hope for a death. And if you don't push, then you'll just fall behind and fall more and more behind. Yeah, freeze. It's definitely, in hindsight, there's like so many things that you probably could have done better if you die in Necrodancer. It's like, oh, I had shield in my backpack slot. Yeah, that's a steak knife for Ocre. It's not it's not common at all to see 2 daggers in zone 5. Especially an obsidian dagger, like in zone 5. Well, I guess it's using the holster as a buffer, kind of, there. Crown of Thorns pick up. It's a bit late, but better late than never. Dual wielding. Yeah, why don't you have 2 hands, right? Cadence has 2 hands. Why can't you hold 2 daggers? Cadence has 10 fingers. Why can't you hold 10 rings? And phasing freeze for Deadringer. We'll just delete Deadringer there. Absolute disregard for Dorian on Ocre's end here. Uprat strats. We have uprat strats. And there we go, early hit. Thanks to the iconic, beloved uprat. Yeah, it's really easy. It's like really easy. And I don't think there's like much that can go wrong, which makes it even easier. But GG's. Probably gonna raid Spoody now. Yeah. Spoody's doing some cause. So head on over there. Enjoy some more CoNDOR X2 action. Thanks for being here. Always my pleasure to commentate. I can't believe I missed a race point because I didn't see it. Fun times! I missed 1 point of a race I was waiting to start because it started already. Unbelievable. How did this happen? It won't happen again. Goodbye. Crystal tier commentator. I wouldn't say that. Because commentary should not be put into tiers. I don't know. Goodbye. Thanks for being here.